there has never been a point in my life where I became a Christian. I was just born within faith. Just before I was born, I was actually given away by my mother to God. She literally said that if I can have this child, I'll give it back to you. So I was very much made aware of how God works, very often in a way that is opposite to ours. And I can give you an example. Birthdays of children were always very much celebrated in school. At some point, the child had to stand on a chair. It had a birthday hat, and it had treats to give to the children in our class. So that was a big thing. And then after that, the children would sing Happy Birthday, the Dutch version of Happy Birthday. And after that, she or he would go around the classes with treats for the other teachers. And then two children would be chosen by the child to come with her or with him. But my mother, and it was usually always two friends of the child who were chosen, but my mother always said to me, no, you shouldn't do that. You should choose two children who were never chosen, who don't come to your birthday party. So in that sense, I was a very obedient child, and I did because I knew why I had to do it, because my mother, we talked about God and Jesus. So that was not a problem. And the children in the class accepted that. So that was one thing. Another thing was my mother was a tailoress, and for some reason she had a soft spot for tartan fabric. So she always made tartan skirts for me. Now, there was absolutely no connection with Scotland. My mother was born in Indonesia. My family, I grew up with uncles and aunties and grandparents. And there was absolutely no connection, no awareness, thought of Scotland. But there was me wearing tartan skirts. So that was one thing. And then something that I discovered just before Christmas last year. I'm very friendly with the son of the minister, Mr. Tallman. He was minister here for 30 years. Everybody in Pullman knows Mr. Tallman. And I got friendly with his son when his mother died 2 or 3 years ago, because she came to events organized by Pullman Church, and I knew her. But the son lived in Austria, but he was so kind to knock on my door and let me know that his mom died personally. And he wanted to tell me that. So we became friends. And last year, when he gave his Christmas card to me, he said, there is something in it that you must see. And I opened the envelope with the card, and it had this. It's a very insignificant slide, one that you put in the projector, and it's the Rembrandt's Night Watch. What's on it? But that's not the point. What it has here in small letters is a town in the Netherlands. It's called Hilversum. And that was the town where I was born. So this minister, who was here for 30 years, had my birth town in his house somehow. Now, my friend, he he doesn't go to church, but he thought it was amazing. He found it because they kept the house of their parents, and he was clearing up, tidying up, and he found this in all the stuff that his dad had. So there's my town, birth town. Here in Polmont, I don't know for how long it had been in Polmont, but if that's not God's quiet ways, if that is not evidence of God's quiet ways, that he led me to Polmont, then I don't know what would be. So, and this was a discovery last year. So all I can say is that I've been always very much aware of God's quiet, amazing ways. And I think that this really was evidence that I'm here for his reasons, for no other reasons. And that is very encouraging, especially now, when we all go through difficult times in the church. It's encouraging, and it's just a smile from above and a nod. It's okay. You go ahead with all the others. So that is, I could say I could write a whole book, but I think these are the main things that I would like to share with you, and I can share. So thank you.